All right, you guys were back. Oops. All right, you guys were back. Sean, Javon, and my mic all the way over there. My bad. Javon was good, man. Had me flustered right here.
Uh, that combine was something, wasn't it?
Definitely gonna talk about that. Yeah, it was. What is it? What is the combine? Like in the sense of like, what's the purpose? Are you gonna trust that or the film?
Oh no, I'm always more film than testing. I do think some things help you confirm where you were going to draft a guy. Like, for example, Chris Johnson Jr., right? Cornerback
Yep.
out of San Diego State. Love his film. But for a guy like that, I want to see what you can run in your 40 because you played in the Mountain West, right? You're not playing an NFL caliber receiver every week. So I need to see your 40 time to know if you're going to be able to run with NFL guys. You know what I mean?
Which makes sense.
So him testing sub 4.5, testing the 4.4s makes me say, okay, boom, I can take him in the second round, right? Or if I've got a tiebreaker scenario, like with the tight ends, if I don't know if I want Eli Stivers or Kenyon Sadiq, and then I see Kenyon Sadiq put on the best performance any tight end has ever had.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'll take a Kenyon Sadiq. You know what I mean?
So it could move you up. Do you think it could hurt someone?
I think so. Because Xavier Restrepo at Miami receiver last year, I thought he might have been worth a round 6 or round 7. Then he runs a 4.81. I can't take you.
My ultimate thing about the combine is who's our GOAT? Who's our GOAT? That's why I can't really.
He's a quarterback. That's film.
Tyler Green, what did he do? Like
That's it. That's like
Taylor Green.
I'm
Taylor
seeing
Green.
Skip Bayless saying how great he looked and boom boom, and some people talking about giving him a shot. Have y'all not learned from Anthony Richardson?
That's what I'm saying. Wasn't Anthony Richardson the star?
I don't care what a quarterback does at the combine. Just throw for me at the combine. Just throw.
But that's the problem.
All that testing and all that. Just throw. But
that's
for deep, like now, I will tell you, I've been to a few pro days now. Like for the D line and the O line, the D line especially, the D line, I want to know what your 10-yard split is in the 40. I want to see you do an L drill, a 3-cone drill, and all that stuff because I need to see how quick you can move your feet. How quick can you bend your hips? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, no, the combine is useful. I just don't like people who use the combine as their only evaluation. The combine is supposed to help you confirm what you saw on tape or disagree with what you saw on tape. It's supposed to go hand in hand with what you saw on tape.
Can I be real? It didn't really, it doesn't really shape my mind, to be honest with you. But does it add? I do see this point. If I already like the guy and I see him at the combine, he doesn't even expect more things. I'm like, oh, like Sonny Styles. Boy, looks like he's gonna be special. He looks like he's gonna be special. That boy is gonna be special. Like I really think the makeup he has, everything about it. All those guys, I was seeing. Who was the black guy on ESPN who does the draft? I forgot his list, but he had 4 Ohio State guys in the top 10, and all I can think about was, and they didn't win the Natty last year. Yeah. And 3 of those guys are defensive players. Like, yeah, it made me like. I love Styles when I saw him at Ohio State, but it did give me a little more expectation. Like, oh, okay, this guy could be just a freak of nature. And Jeremiah Love, I already love Jeremiah Love. It just confirmed he might not go 9 or 10. He might go in the top 5. But other than that, the guys I like, it hasn't really changed anything. And I'm not really big on, if I don't really know you or I didn't really like you, a combine is not going to impress me. We said it on the show about Anthony Richardson. He got drafted 5th because of his combine. That don't make sense. Yeah. I know you say for quarterbacks, but the main reason he got was the combine.
Yeah.
And now he's on his. Well, he's looking for another team. It doesn't make sense. So I don't get too hype about these combines.
I think I think it's useful for some guys. Like, so for me, like I think Chris Johnson Jr. came out as a big winner at the combine.
Yep.
Like I said, Kenyon Sadiq, you said Sonny Styles. I got another one for you. Jacob Rodriguez at Texas Tech.
Yep.
Like I saw him mocked extremely low, and I'm saying why? And people had questions about his athleticism. Well, Sean, what did he do? He came out there, had the best 3-cone drill out of all the linebackers. His 40 time showed you he's going to hawk someone down. What did he run? A 4.57? Like, I thought that was a good thing for him. And then at defensive tackle, Zane Durant was a guy that I thought should be higher on some draft boards. What did he do? Well, he came out and ran 4 3/4, had the best time out of all the defensive tackles. So I think it serves its purposes. Tim Keenan was a guy I had questions about coming in on where am I going to play him based on his size. So I'm like, I need to see what his athleticism looks like in real time. That's a slow dude. So now I know that is a nose tackle that is not coming in on passing downs for me, which means I'm not drafting him high.
What percentage do you take film over combine? If you had to do a percentage.
80-20.
Wow. That's high. I'm doing 90-10.
Yeah, like I'm doing 80-20.
As much like Styles, what convinced me is not his numbers. Is he already had the production at a big time school with the best defense I've seen in a long time in college football. So, like, yeah, like I don't know. I'm just not an advocate, but I can see what you're saying. There's the only problem about the combine to me. Everybody should have to participate. Like, and that's why I don't like it so weighted heavily that some of these quarterbacks are like, ooh, I can't throw at the combine. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's like the NBA.
For them, they prefer to throw at their pro day with receivers that they're familiar with. So no one messes them up. But like, buddy, you gotta go through OTAs and minicamp and training camp learning 4 or 5 receivers anyway. So
just gonna say that.
Go out there and throw.
And what happened to just how you grew up playing football? Just in the backyard, draw some plays and throw it. Like it shouldn't be so. I think there's a lot of the NFL is just a high business ticket business anyways, but there's a lot of pressure to be like, we got to be in the right circumstances, right environment. That's not how it works. That's not how football works. And I was just gonna say that when you sign that contract and you're in those OTAs, there's a bunch of new receivers you don't know. So I'm just not a big fan about how people live and die about the combine.
No, I don't think it's a live and die thing. I just think the combine has its use. I think we got too many people out here trying to be controversial and come up with a hot take of this thing means absolutely nothing. It does. It wouldn't still be around if it meant absolutely nothing.
No, everybody gets there.
But just because you had a great combine does not mean you're going to be somebody. Like, look, with all due respect to the good brother, right? Mike Washington Jr. at Arkansas. Sean, is anybody from this Arkansas team doing anything in the NFL?
No.
He runs the 4.33, fastest time out all the running backs, and is on the sideline crying and boom, 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 like he just changed his life. Buddy, you still got pro days. You still got drafted. Like, hold on, buddy. Like, the only person that's getting looked at on your team is your quarterback, and he's not that guy. So just hold off. You did not change your life yet. Stuff like that. I see where you're coming from. But I mean, speaking of the running backs, that was another group for me. Jam Miller, the running back out of Alabama, big bruiser type. I want to see how fast he could run. He ran a 4.42. That was fourth best out of the backs, and this was the fastest group of prospects in combine history. So that means something to me. Sean, we watch a lot of 49ers. We watch a lot of Ravens. we grew up watching football when the fullback position meant something, and we see how some of these creative guys still use a fullback. Eli Hayden right there at Navy ran a 4.44.
Wow.
You telling me he can't be Kyle Juszczyk's replacement in San Francisco? He already was a Swiss Army knife at Navy who'd have filmed my life. Now I see he can run a 4.44. You see what I mean? Like, it has its purpose.
The only thing is, John, I gotta be real. They're doing this without pads. Like,
you're right. No, and every year you'll hear down Jeremiah and Charles Davis saying, "Hey,
yeah,
I thought he'd run a little bit faster than that, but he plays much faster. He
yeah."
they're like, some guys are just built better to run in pads than others are. And that's fine.
It's like, to me, like the equivalent. And I don't mean to come on here and just talk crap about the combine, but it's just not. I think the most entertaining thing about the combine, to be honest with you, is we finally get to hear from general managers and people who we hide. I think that's the best thing about it. We get people hiding for a whole season.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing. I watch multiple interviews. I can't lie. I was just going through multiple teams' YouTube channels just to see what their general manager was saying. Like the Cardinals GM, like there was just, I saw the Buffalo Bills GM. I love that part about the combine. I really do, because I feel like we got to start having more coaches always on the front line. But how many times during the season you would want to talk to a general manager like, what were you thinking about this, and that? I think that's the most exciting, because again, it's like bowl games to me, exhibition games to me. I don't put too much stock. Me personally, I've been consistent on this podcast since we've been doing it. I don't put too much stock into like preseason or anything like that, or glorify events like this. It just doesn't move the needle for me.
So entering last weekend then, right? Did you think we were going to have 2 tight ends go in the first round?
No. But now we
do. You know what I'm saying? Your opinion has changed since then, right? Because now you know these, like, the film was good on Eli Sowers and Kenyon Sadiq, and now you see, oh my, they're even freakier athletes than we thought. Both of them 43.5 and 45.5 on the vert, 40 times out of this world. At what was it? 4.39 for Kenyon Sadiq and 4.51 for Eli Sowers, right? I look at RJ Maryland at SMU, who I thought needed a good combine to boost his stock, ran a 4.51. So, like, I'm just saying it has its purpose.
Yeah, it's its purpose.
Like I said, it's still an 80-20 split. Absolutely. You know, I'm not one of these guys who straight up, whatever happened at the combine is the golden law of the land. No, I'm saying it has its purpose. And as a GM, as a scout, it's something I would be at it for you. I very much disagree with the Jaguars, and I think there's another team not sending their GM and head coach.
Oh, I didn't know that. Jaguars didn't send it?
I know they didn't send Liam Campbell. Liam Cohen. I don't think they sent their GM. I think they left it to their scouting department this year. I wouldn't do that.
No. You still
do that. Like, I want to know who I have a chance of adding to my team as a head coach. Like, I need to watch some guys and interview some guys and say, hey, look, such and such GM, I know this is kind of your gig. You watch these guys way more than I do. I'm worried about prepping our team from week to week. But all I'm going to say is I kind of like this guy. So if you want to consider him, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know what I mean? And as a GM, I'm a GM, you're a scout. I'm a GM for a reason. Because I was great at doing what you do. I'm going to want to be involved in it. So I'm not skipping up. I need to interview these guys. I need to know what I'm about to bring into my locker room. I'm not skipping the combine if I'm a GM or a head coach. That's just crazy to me.
I say you don't skip it because at the end of the day, you have to do your due diligence. People, conversations, most of the team, all teams are there. You could be having conversations that could be leading and sparking things for the draft coming up in a month. Yeah, like you cannot not be there. Even if I was the owner of a team, even if I'm not heavily involved, like I'm Jerry Jones, I would be there. Like, it's like the summer league in the NBA. I understand why people are there. Conversations spark. People trying to team up with each other. It makes sense why that happens. You can't. That's very surprising.
The same way you feel about the combine. Now that you said that, I can't say it's how I feel about summer league. here's what I mean. With the summer league, right? Everyone that breaks out most of the time, Sean, it's somebody I told you was a steal at the draft because I watched college basketball, right?
Yep.
Like, when is the last time? Think about when's the last time I've truly been surprised by somebody's performance in the summer league?
I can't even think on.
Because I watched college, so I know who's going to do their thing in the summer league. For me, it's always I'm more surprised at who didn't have a great summer league than who had one, right? So I'm like, I look and I'm just like, for me, the summer league is just another example of these GMs and these scouts who just stink in the NBA. These, like I said, worst ever front offices ever. So the same way you're talking about the combine is how I feel about the summer league, but that's
Really?
because they just stink so bad as front offices that I'm like, this shouldn't even be a surprise to y'all. Like, this guy had no business falling in the second round and winds up being better than everybody in the first round. You know what I mean? But again,
that makes
that's
sense.
for me watching college hoops so much, and I just don't know what cats in the NBA get paid to do. They don't play. They suck at building teams. They don't run sets. I don't know what these guys in the NBA get paid to do. At any level of the organization, I really don't.
I have to say this. I completely agree with you in this aspect, especially in the way that CJ McCollum's salary cap has kind of effed over the NBA. Those summer leagues and hitting on those second round picks or late round picks are so important to build up your team. So important.
GM, you know what's funny to me, Sean? I don't think you have to watch that much of the NBA. You know these guys by now. If I were a GM, Sean, my whole season would be spent traveling the country scouting these college kids.
Yeah.
I'll watch the NBA when I'm in my hotel room or whatever. If I've got some downtime, so like Friday night, I'd watch the NBA. Sunday, I'm watching the NBA. And what's another slow night? And Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I'm watching the NBA if I'm a GM. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
You're on the road.
I'm on the road. I got college to see.
Yeah, and you got to do your due diligence. Like I saw, what was the game a couple weeks ago? I saw Brad Stevens at Kansas. I saw Sam Presti.
Everybody was there for Kansas and BYU. Yeah.
Oh, he was at that game?
I saw him at Kansas and BYU.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 100 million scouts there. But the Celtics have no chance of getting the top 5 picks, most likely, unless they trade Tatum or Brown. But I doubt that's gonna happen.
Why can't they find some value in the second round? They found Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah, even
that's the overseas guy.
What's the white boy? My bad. Who could shoot for the Celtics? No, the
Sam
other one. No, the other one. They got so many white boys on that team. Yeah, he's a solid player too. Yeah, he's a solid player. Like,
but if you watch ball, you knew him and other guys.
But remember, that's why I actually like the Lakers hiring my boy Bennett. Yo, Stevens is a college coach. Like you have to recruit these guys. Yeah. So who's better off to know who's going to be able to their development when you see them in that level? That's why I love Bennett being a coach for being the head of NBA draft or whatever for the Lakers.
And they hired somebody else to handle the business side too from the Dodgers. So I like what the ownership's doing already. Yeah,
already. Mark Walters.
Just get rid of Rob Pelinka, you'll be fine.
Oh. Even if he stays, we know it's not gonna be one person making the decisions now. It's gonna be a group effort. Yeah. And now when you have Freeman and those boys coming over and they're gonna help out, come on, man. It's gonna be a group effort. I'm excited for your Lakers. One other thing I would say, 2 things about the combine. I really like Branch from Georgia, and he did well in the combine. When I saw him play, no disrespect to the Georgia quarterback, I always thought, man, if he had a legitimate, even if he had Carson back, I think would have been better. And no disrespect, I forgot his name, the quarterback of Georgia, but he ain't gonna play in the league. And if he plays in the league, he's gonna be a career 3rd string backup. Just no talent. And what was your thoughts about Ty Simpson? Because he did do well, but it doesn't change what I think about him.
I didn't think he did that great. I had questions on his out routes. I had a little bit of question on. I already know he doesn't have zip on his passes, and I've seen the film. Hell no, just no. I don't care. I don't care about that workout. No.
He was better than I thought. My personal opinion. He was better than I thought he was going to be.
We know that brother stinks. Didn't he get benched in the playoff? Come on now. But I'm with you on Zachariah Branch. Him running the 4.35 probably moves him out of the second round and into the first.
I always liked him at Georgia. I can't lie because I saw a lot of Georgia games here, and I'm like, man, this kid can play. But it's hard if I was a receiver not to go to a school with a big time. Well, he was there when Beck. So who thought Beck was going to play?
I'm going to the school that I know produces receivers. So
Ohio State.
I went Ohio State.
Yeah.
Josh Gaddis is at Syracuse now, Broyles Award winner, coached every receiver in the daggone NFL just about. I want to play for him. Brennan Marion is at Colorado now. I want to play for him. Matt Campbell's guys produce receivers. I'll play for him. At Penn State now. Jet Fish at Arizona. I'll play for him. You know what I mean? I want to play for the guys that send people to the NFL.
Got it. Makes sense. If I'm the top guy, because they have Chris Henry Jr. coming there now, I'm going to Ohio State. If I'm that guy, don't even send me to another. I'm going to Ohio State.
That's tricky though, because that's a crowded run. So are you ready to wait? And are you sure you're that guy that's going to be one of the best three on that depth chart?
Iron sharpens iron. If you one of the guys,
you can't leave that out, Sean.
No. But iron sharpens iron. If I want to be the guy, why not be in the best room? And hold on, I'm just going to make sure we're going to talk about Kyler because I want to talk about the other Ohio State wide receiver from the last couple of years, but we'll talk about that next second.
And you know what Combine does think is the NBA Combine. That one is nothing.
I don't know.
The problem with the NBA is we care too much about athleticism. We got a whole bunch of dudes running and jumping with no skill. I saw Andre Miller be the best backup point guard in the NBA for 2 decades and couldn't jump over a chair.
Skill. That's why the whole KD conversation, what I love about these guys is skill. They're developing the basketball skills because you could find some gems, guys who could play in the league. Look at the kid Rollins who plays for the Bucks. I was watching the game last night. Nothing to do. Watch the Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks last night.
I turned on Chinese Taipei in Australia in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, nothing to do.
I didn't know Stuart Fairchild was playing for Chinese Taipei. Then I saw his face. I said, he might be mixed. Yeah, he just got a white dad that made him get a full American name. Yeah, okay.
This dude is wild to say he watched that game, but I'm wild to talk about that. Yeah, but my point is, Rollins, this type of guys just need opportunity, has a nice little skill set. You could find more of those guys, I think, in the NBA draft if you have the right people involved. But I'm telling you serious. I really like Tony Bennett being the Lakers. I'm like, man, the Knicks need to do that. All these teams, I would bring a college guy in, pay him a high salary, because most of these guys want out anyways. Give him a high salary, be my head of my NBA draft scouting, and go from there. See how it works.
That's a great idea. Shout out Jeff Teague for getting on everybody, crapping on Larry Bird. Like you said, if Jokic and Luka are doing what they're doing today, why can't Larry Bird come in and dominate? Just stop. So shout out Teague for that.
Yeah. People are dumb.
All right, Sean, the Cardinals are releasing Kyler Murray. He had 38-48-1 record as a starter with 121 touchdowns and 60 interceptions. Had that good year where they started off undefeated, then threw a goal line feed to AJ Green that he wasn't expecting on Thursday night against the Panthers, and that season kind of went downhill. They haven't looked the same since. Your thoughts?
I've said it on this podcast. I think me and you got into a debate one time. I wasn't a big Kyler Murray guy. I'm not a big advocate of someone having to put in contracts to study when that's part of the prerequisite of great quarterbacks. You need to study. You need to put the time in. It needs to be your end all be all. I know he wanted to be a gamer. I don't know if he still does that, but you can get to that level once you get to that level. Like I'm saying, you could do other things once you get to that level. So it just didn't work. After a while, do I think he can work well in another system? Absolutely, because I was looking at his numbers. They're not horrible. They're better than what Sam Darnold was when he was leaving the Jets or bouncing around the league, or Baker when he bounced around. So he has the talent. He just needs to be coached really hard. He needs to be in an environment with a coach like a Vikings, a coach who oversees the whole system, who everybody has to respect. He needs that type of system. And I can't knock who's his coaches in the thing. Like Cliff Kingsbury. I did like Gannon, but defensive guy, whatever. I want him with an offensive minded guy. Like he would be the perfect fit. If I knew Matthew Stafford was retiring in a year, if I'm Sean McVay, it's kind of like what they're doing at Oregon, stashing quarterbacks for a year. I would be like, yo, Kyler, this city, this team, this organization will be yours in a year. Just take a year off, a redshirt year, learn under Matthew, and you'll be our quarterback. But who knows? Matthew could play for another 2-3 years. Who knows? But that's the type of environment, the type of system he needs. He needs to go find his Kyle Shanahan what Sam Darnold did, because we all want to say it was KOC or Kubiak. No, that year of him studying under Mike Shanahan really helped him. I think that's what Kyler Murray needs. If I'm him, I'm in Minnesota right now, and I'm waiting to March, whatever. I'm a free agent, and I'm signing right there. He needs that type of thing. People talking about the Jets and all sorts of stuff. No. And the only thing I wanted to say, what's going on, Marvin Harrison Jr.? Was over? What, did I overhype him? Did I miss that? Like, that seems like a big miss for me.
No, Kyler Murray did not make an effort to get him the ball. And he said that's not his job. Buddy, yes, it is. You get the ball to your best players. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride. That's going to be the number one thing that they ask for out of the next quarterback. Just get them the ball. Because it's one thing I say about these young quarterbacks all the time. When they come into a team, I say the first season, if they got somebody that's good, just force feed them. Make life easier on yourself. You'll start to learn how to read the field more and more as time flies. When you get in the squeeze, don't even risk the turnover. Just leave it up to your best player. And he just had no intent on doing that. Listen, it's as simple as this for Kyler Murray. He's got to grow up. And that's not some short joke. Like, no, he's got to grow up. Why are your offensive linemen? It's funny. It's conference. It's about to be champ week in college basketball, right? When that thing first started, it was champ week 3 years ago. And I remember because I was in Fort Worth getting ready to cover the American basketball tournament. And who was it? Was it Calvin Beachum? Like, bro, he stays up all night playing Call of Duty.
Simple as that. I was out on that when I heard that, and other guys who played in that organization called them out too.
Like, it's not just one person.
Yeah, other people called them out.
Put the controller down. Go watch film. You got people like, hey, he's real good at baseball. The Athletics still own this contract. Maybe go over there. And it's going to be the same thing, because instead of getting BP or watching film and reading the scouting report on the next pitcher for the next day, it's going to be up on Warzone.
Yeah.
Grow the hell up. It's that simple.
Or just be a gamer. That's it. If that's what you want to do, you have the money, go be a gamer. That's it. You already made your money. You'll blow up being a streamer. Go do that. But you can't do both, especially at the quarterback position.
He got real toxic chat. Ooh, they be on his head. Ooh. Yeah, don't do it, Kyler. You gotta let that. You gotta let this simmer down, son.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, take a couple years as a backup at least before you go to streaming. Because
no, but I saw
have
this.
Have you seen Vontaze Burfict's chat when he used to stream on Twitch?
Oh, they probably going crazy.
Boy, they had all types of dirty player and assault, murder, CTE, head hunting stuff for him in the section. Oh man.
I wonder if
it's funny because Vontaze was actually a cool dude. He just was a dirty football player.
Just so bad. Yeah. He had that switch. But yeah, I just was. What teams do you think will work for him? Because he's not going to be a backup.
I think Minnesota, because again, it's like Kyler. We're giving you a chance to grow up. Got a great quarterbacks coach in Kevin O'Connell. Literally, just throw it to Addison, Jefferson, or Hawkinson. It's that simple. We're going to run the ball. We'll get you on the center for some bootleg. We'll get you in pistol to freeze the defense some in some RPOs. Just play according to the system. Learn the system. Watch the film. Be a leader for this team. Grow up. That's it. Because the talent is there for Kyler. Just grow up.
Yeah. I think
he should want to be in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the place. If I'm him, I don't want to be in Miami. I would love to live in Miami, but for my career, I need to be, and I'm already distracted anyways. I need to be in Minnesota, those cold winters.
Or Atlanta. Where you're in a dome, you can handle. You got a great
Ooh,
option game between you and Bijan Robinson. Pitts is a target. London's a target. Stefanski, when he's
ooh.
actually invested, is a good play caller.
I didn't think I forgot all about Atlanta in this situation out here. Damn, would I rather be in the NFC South or go? I just don't. I'd rather be with KOC than Stefanski. I gotta be real. If everything was equal, even if Raheem Morris was still the coach, this is crazy for me to say. I'd rather be with. I just don't know if I trust Kevin Stefanski. I just don't.
Yeah.
So, but the offensive weapons in that division with him, I might even take my chances though with Stefanski. Damn, I forgot about that team. That would be my two options, my top two. KFC's above everybody, and I think Minnesota's just a little bit closer to a Super Bowl than Atlanta, but that's not a bad choice with that offensive weapons. Woo, in the division.
Speaking of Atlanta, you going to Magic City night?
I am. I'm gonna go. I told my girl I'm going, y'all. And yo, Luke Cornett, stay out of people's business. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, Al Horford.
Al Horford, stay out of people's business. I didn't like that. Stay out of people's business. Like, two people who are not culture at all, being in people's business. Come on, man. We gotta stop with that. That was, yeah. Yeah. If you're not in that community or that world, you're not cultured. You should not be speaking on stuff like that. Like, you don't know about what Magic City means to just even outsiders. All the time is, yeah. I'm serious. Yeah. Say that people's
talking about this, bro. You just got to go to understand it's an art form. I said, yo, come on. Then you got Taylor Rooks talking about, yo, Blake Griffin a fool, talking about let's do a demonstration. Yo.
My dude, he forgot where he was at for a second. But I'm going. Let's get the Magic. That's gonna be a dope night. Like, I think if you don't frequent the South a lot, you just be like, let's be real. Al Horford or Luke Cornett, have they ever been sniffed? Even in Boston, those whack ass strip clubs up there, they haven't even gone to one of those.
You know what's funny? They were on Twitter killing Al Horford. They were like, bro, your sister did a smash kill, like a marry smash kill for your former teammates. Shut up. I said, yo, come on, man. Y'all got to chill. I am shocked this professional sports team is having a strip club night. Like, come on. That's not somebody, bro. It's gonna be some little white kid named Tim McGonaghy there, whose mind is gonna be blown. Like he ain't gonna be the same after Magic City night.
I gotta be real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've never lied to you. I went to Magic City one time when my homegirl, she came into town, and we went like 3 o'clock to get, because people really go to get the wings. Like,
That is to say they actually do go to get the lemon pepper wings.
There was one stripper walking around, but no one was really. Everybody was just eating the wings and the fries, and there was a bunch of white people there. And then one night, one time, there was a bunch of white people there. Like, it's not just, it's a staple. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a cultural staple, man. Like, it's not.
Fans.
Yeah, it's not.
It ain't just the Hawks and Falcons. All right.
Come to.
That's why you gotta ask questions about people that's actually there.
Yeah, like regardless of it, it's a restaurant before 6 o'clock. You could actually pull up, get you some wings, and leave, or you could eat there. Like, people would just be, nah. Maybe if I didn't live here and I didn't understand what it meant to the city, I'd be like, all right, I get it now. And it's a staple, man.
That's why you gotta ask the people that, like, remember, we was only talking about Chicago.
It
took me 5 minutes to learn Chicago can't be blamed for what's going on in Chicago.
No.
You can't have that many broke people stacked on top of each other.
That was a jump.
And now the new thing is people talking about season 2 of The Wire. And I saw somebody from the West Coast. First of all, I've learned in my 24 years, no one on the West Coast understands anything about the East Coast, number one.
No.
They can really stay out of the affairs. That's number one. Number two, you ain't from Baltimore. That's why you don't understand. And you just want to tune into The Wire to watch a whole bunch of hood street stuff. The whole purpose of season 2 was to tell you, yo, it ain't just about the street corner, the black folks you see on the street corner, like America will have you believe. All this stuff is getting pushed into it. And who was it? A couple Greek dudes and some Polacks working at the docks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a deep thing. Open your mind. Again, you got to ask people who are from said city to understand what's going on. So that's why we got Mr. Bryson over here from Magic City.
Yeah, you got it. Exactly. I can't tell you about Baltimore. I cannot be like, yo, your city. I've been there 3 times. I can't tell you about your city. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Boston here. Like I don't like that stuff. And again, if Cornette played here, I wouldn't say it. Al Horford played here. You know what I'm saying? He was here for like almost 8-9 years. Like, come on, Al. You were wilding with that.
Now,
Al out all the you were wilding.
Teague and Joe Johnson never got you to Magic City, Al. I know Paul Millsap had to be in there at least a couple times.
Al played here. He's wild for that. If I was him, he'd be banned. You can't just go to the hotel. You can't even come to any spots in Atlanta because you lived here. You played here. You got first 7-8 years you were here. Like, come on, Al. Boston's got him messed up. He's probably still missing Boston, actually, being in Golden State.
Yeah, probably. What's next, Sean?
All right, so Noble free agents. Kenneth Walker, your boy, the center from the Ravens, Lindebar. Trey Hendrickson wasn't tagged by the Bengals. Jeez. What's your thoughts about the free agency's best move or best locations for them and going for and the tags as well?
Well, I think this whole thing is primarily going to be about Trey Hendrickson for me, right? Kenneth Walker wasn't some super explosive dude. He's going to be replaceable in Seattle. They got money, but that doesn't mean they're going to be irresponsible with it. And he might come back. So I don't think he's out of the equation there. Lindebaum, he got offered. You know what I like, Sean? I like that the Ravens came out and said, we offered him a market-setting contract. Now, ain't no more pressure on you. You did your part as the front office. He decides to leave, that's on him. So I like that. Put it out there. Hey, you ain't got to go to Schefter, Ian Rappaport.
What was the offer?
I don't know, but it'd have been highest paid center.
Center, yeah,
You know,
okay.
you ain't got to go to Alvin Greer. Alvin Greer is somebody I don't. And you were up in Boston, so you probably know about it. That's I know a closet racist when I see one.
I don't even listen to his stuff like that.
Yo, just really listen to how he talks about some play compared to others, and some coaches compared to others, and some things in the world compared to others. Just really pay attention.
I'm gonna have to pay attention.
But anyways, you ain't got to go to them. We'll tell you straight up. We offer him a market-setting contract. We can't do much more than that. Anything else, he asking for a lot. So I respect that from them. And listen, the Iowa kids in this draft, great. Just take them. You got Lindebaum from Iowa. You don't want to spend all that money on Lindebaum. That's more in your cap space to add some receivers around Lamar. So I'm fine with that. But Trey Hendrickson, this comes back to one person only for me. So Joe Burrow, your team does not have money because the only 3 people getting paid are you and your 2 receivers. One receiver that you advocated being drafted over Panay Sewell, who could have kept you from a lot of injury and a lot of issues with the Bengals. And another one who is an injury issue himself that you don't need because Josivas is a good enough wide receiver 2 by far. But no, I want all of it. Pause. Just give me both the receivers. So now I got no money for defense. I done watched Justin Bates walk out the door. Now I'm watching Trey Hendrickson walk out the door. Joe Burrow better deliver in Cincinnati. That's all I'm saying. The same way I talk about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow is right there too. Simple and plain.
I think he's lower because he's never hurt. He's never healthy. Like I put him 4th out of the 3. That's why
I gotta talk to him the way I talk about him. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So 2 things. Lindebar, I'm gonna be real. If I'm a free agent, I'm a center at 24. Is he 24, 25? He's young, 25 years old.
25 is best.
25. Best center in football. I gotta be real. I'm taking it to free agency. I gotta see what the Giants might offer me. Didn't the Bear? Well, I don't know if they're gonna have the cap space.
Yeah,
The
it
Bear
seems like
Center
you
just
might just want to go with Harbaugh, and that seems
yeah,
to
like,
be the thought. Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna get a lot of money. So and this is probably his only chance to get that. It's not like he's a quarterback. This is probably his biggest chance to cash out. I gotta take it to free agency. And I don't know what the Ravens offer was. Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, you were just yawning. Okay, yeah. So that's on him. But Hendrickson is this. Why hasn't I like Joe Burrow? But I gotta keep it a buck. I see Mahomes. I saw a press card, and this is not the only time Prescott has negotiated his contract. Why haven't I heard that Higgins, Chase, and Burrow, especially Burrow, has not restructured their contracts to give them cap space? And that's on them. Like, especially Joe. You wanted this to happen. You know your defense is the last 2 years, and you're not being healthy last year. Is why you didn't win the MVP 2 years ago, and why you haven't been in the playoffs in 3-4 years. Like, what are we talking? I haven't seen that.
Ancient. Yeah, because you like who was their cap specialist in Cincinnati?
That's 3 guys. You just tell them renegotiate. You could probably flip $50 to $60 million.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like I haven't heard that.
Like who is the cap specialist there? It's an archaic operation.
Oh, they like you said. What you say about Jerry going to the Lord? What do you call that?
Yeah, the other side is Zion, man.
It's when the Brown, whoever the Brown is now, the son goes. I don't know. They got to sell that team. That's one of the franchises that if I'm Roger Goodell, secretly, I'm like, yo, we got to get this team to be sold. Someone will buy it. It's a good fan base. You, and then they're a good division. You got Burrow. It can make it work. But man, I'm just not. I haven't seen anything. Not one thing from Joe Burrow saying, yo, I'm going to restructure my deal. Why? I can't co-sign that, man. Chase, why? One thing I don't want to hear, I do not want to hear this. When the season starts and everybody's complaining about their defense, I'm going to talk about this conversation. You have not renegotiated your deal to bring people in. Because your thought process is like, I'm going to hit on 12 draft picks. God bless you, man.
Remember, Mark Stewart is who you used your first round pick on last year. And you know, just the Bengals organization, the NFLPA report card got leaked. I don't know why the NFL thought it wasn't going to get leaked. I really don't know why they thought that.
It got leaked.
The Bengals ranked 28, ownership D+, general manager C, nutritionist, dietitian F, food and dining F-. I didn't even know F- was a thing. Home field D-, treatment of families F-. Like, it's a bad organization.
It's just a bad. They were blessed that they got Joe Burrow, but that's only going to take you so far. I didn't even know all those grades, and I've been to Cincinnati. I've been to the game a couple of times. It's a cool stadium, but it's I said this to my girl. You driving through Cincinnati, this stadium, they walk across the street into a practice facility. It's not like they have it's a bubble. Like, I can't make this up. It's a bubble that they practice right across the street. The players have to go change in the locker room at the stadium and walk across the street to go practice. Where's that happen? Like, it's like, it's just a poorly run organization. That's an organization that someone needs to buy. You probably could get it for the low if you're a billionaire for like $5 billion, and you could change it around. That it's just, you got Kentucky, you got in the lower part of Ohio. You can have a solid thing going over there. I just don't. I don't get it.
Southwest Indiana, yeah.
Southwest Indiana. It's just and they'll ride or die for their teams. Like, that's that college sports fan base. You just give them something to root for. But the way that the stadium is not bad, but the practice facility, like, it's in the middle of downtown. There's nothing around
Indiana,
it.
Excuse me. Southwest Ohio, Southeast Indiana, and Northern Kentucky. Yeah.
It's not a bad fan base. So I don't know. Even the Reds, the way they run, it's just, you know how some places probably shouldn't have sports teams. Maybe they just need new ownership, or Cincinnati just can't support a sports team.
Move everything from Cincinnati to Louisville.
Louisville would be perfect. I'll put it right in Louisville. Woo! Plop it right there.
All right. We talked about the ones who didn't get tagged. Let's talk about the ones who did get tagged. George Pickens, Kyle Pitts, Breece Hall, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was a transition tag. The Jets are expected to keep working out something long this term with Breece Hall. Remember, for a long time, there were a lot of rumors of him being traded to the Chiefs. Seems like Jeremiah Love's just going to be who they pick in the draft and stick with that. Kyle Pitts and the Falcons are expected to work towards something. Don't know what's going on with George Pickens, though.
The thing is, we're going to be talking. Jerry, you watch his documentary. He knows. He said on Stephen A. Smith, he knows how to draw attention. Pickens is not going to get signed till September. So, like, let's just play it out. ESPN is going to lead ESPN for the whole summer. Pickens is going to probably come out with a trade demand. Jerry's going to say something crazy because he's 80-something. He just feels like he can say whatever he wants, which happens. When you get older, you know you're on the way out. So why not say anything? I'll probably be like that too. But yeah, I think Pickens eventually signs for like more. He's definitely going to get more than T. Higgins. I know the Cowboys are going to probably try to be like, oh, well, look what T did. And I still don't get why T took that deal. He must love Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase because he took a sweetheart deal for that team. But regarding the other guys, Pitts had a really good year. I wonder what kind of long-term deal to come. If I'm Breece Hall, that was the worst thing that happened to me because I don't want to play for the Jets. And Daniel Jones, he was having a good year. I still don't think he's the long-term answer because the last 3 games before he got hurt, he kind of went back to being old Daniel Jones. So just not a big fan of it. But George Pickens and the Cowboys will last until after the Jerry needs the NFL be in the news. So that will, and the Cowboys. So that will last until at least September.
Does he make your offense better? Yeah. I'm not a fan of paying 2 number 1 receivers.
Yeah.
Just not. Like, you don't need it. Especially for the Cowboys. Come on. What does it all come down to, Sean?
Defense?
No, is Dak going to perform?
Oh, yeah. Dak had a good year last year, though.
Like, it's simple. Is Dak going to perform? Playoffs going to come, and it's still going to be same old Dak Prescott. No matter how much. Yeah, Megatron, Julio Jones, and Antonio Brown is his 3 receivers. Probably still going to find a way to lose. Like, we gotta be serious here. If you're the Cowboys, I think you're hoping somebody offers George a deal, and they have to give you like a 2nd or 3rd round pick for him to sign. I think that's what you're hoping for if you're Dallas, because you don't need to be committing any more money. You still have a defense to build up. Which, by the way, listened to their defensive coordinator last week. Very much like him. Again,
me too. Love him a lot.
Waited too long to switch to a 3-4 scheme. But hey, whatever. And with Kenny Grant and Quentin Williams, they're going to be stout up the middle. But you got so much to worry about if you're Dallas. I just don't think paying Pickens is going to be smart. And I don't think he's going to play on the tag. So I think they're going to have to piss their fans off and trade him, because I know you feel happy. Oh, we got him for the jump ball, and CD can run all the routes. But we just got done talking about the Bengals. I just don't believe in paying 2 number 1s.
Do you think Pickens is a number 1?
Yeah. Whoever he signs with in free agency, if the Cowboys didn't tag him, whoever he signed with in free agency, he'd be there as a 1 and putting up 1 numbers. And he already puts up 1 numbers.
My other thing about Pickens is this: he was majority on his best behavior last year, but also was it just because he got paid? That's my own concern about Pickens.
And he had some.
You want to get paid?
It was like 1 or 2 games where you saw him not going all out for footballs, but like 93 catches, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. That's a number 1 receiver. No,
absolutely. Again, my only concern is it just we're going to pay him for 4 or 5 years, and he's going to stay out of trouble.
And he's going to start acting up.
Yeah. He want to get his money, and I'm not mad at it. Like it's like those guys who play really good in Milwaukee and baseball, and then they go back to being who they are afterwards. Like, you got to go get your money. I respect that, but he deserves his money. I just want to pay him as Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or CeeDee Lamb. If he's coming in there talking about I want 34 to 35 to 40 million, it ain't gonna work. He's gonna have to take in between the T. Higgins deal and those type of deals for me to make it work.
Sean, your boy Lex Snead is at it again. That brother don't hold on to first round picks. The only one he has held on to is Jared Verse. He just sent number 29 in this year's draft, a 5th and a 6th rounder in this year's draft, and a 3rd in next year's draft for Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie, who could not come to terms with the Chiefs on a long-term extension. Sean, this is a little steep to me for a corner, but hey, whatever.
I love it. If you're not the favorite, you're the co-favorite to going into next season. Your defensive backfield was in your special teams with your weakness. McDuffie is a top 10 cornerback.
Probably top 5.
Top 5. And you still kept the 10th, 11th pick in this draft. So you gave up a back-end draft pick, first round pick, which is still high in the NFL, right? Because this draft is deep on the offensive line, defensive side. Let's see if they go get a corner in this draft or another defensive player. They should focus on defense. But yeah, your windows now, that's my favorite going into next season. I'm saying it right now.
So for me, I like this draft, right? So having 2 picks in it and not adding to your cap, your cap bill, because you only got 27 million as it is right now. I've taken 2 prospects, man. I really would have. I think this is a good cornerback draft. I think you're going to get a good defensive end with your NFL equivalent of a lottery pick. That's a lot. 1st this year, 3rd next year. Now, maybe they don't care about their 5th and 6th. That's fine with me. It's the 3rd next year that really threw me off. Like, a 3rd round pick has value.
Oh, a lot of value.
A 1st this year and a 3rd next year. Now, granted, like you said, it's somewhat affordable giving up the 29 because you have such an early pick via the Falcons.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just that 3rd next year. I'm like, ooh, the Chiefs might have gotten over one. This is great for Kansas City. That's really what I walk away with from this one. This is great for Kansas City.
Well, we learned Kansas City ain't paying cornerbacks. They feel like they're confident enough.
They said Marcus Peters to the Rams back in the day.
Yeah. They're not paying cornerback. If I'm a cornerback, I'm going to play to a certain point. I got to go get my bag somewhere else. That's just what it is. They believe in that their system more. They believe that they could develop cornerbacks, and they should.
You can develop.
You got Spagnuolo.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm not mad at that. The only thing I would say is this: your windows now. You can win the Super Bowl next year. You got maybe 2 more years of Stafford at a high level. You got to go for it now. There's 2 Super Bowls in a 7-year span is worth it to me.
Not mad at it. Sean, I got one quote for you. I ain't Clint Capella. DeAndre Ayton said, frustrated again about how he's being used on the Lakers. Charles Barkley and Shaq said it best. You probably had the best situations of any center in the NBA in your career.
Ooh, preach.
He said you had Chris Paul and Devin Booker in Phoenix and KD.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a whole bunch of one-on-ones and dump-offs and get left open because of those 3. And now you had Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. So much potential buckets on pick and roll, dump-offs, and alley-oops. And you're complaining.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead because you know what I thought of him by coming out of college. So I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, he's I like some people just ain't it. He's not it. He won't get a long-term deal. I will be really, really surprised if anybody gets him a long-term deal. He's going to
get a minimum as a free agent this year.
Absolutely. He's going to be bouncing around the league. He'll be one of those guys in the next 5 years who'll be on 5 different teams type of guy. His attitude is poor. Remember him and Monty Williams went at it during their huddle? Like, just Monty Williams is one of the nicest guys ever in the NBA. And so, yeah, just not it. I'm done. The Lakers, I'm done with the Lakers. You guys don't even give I heard this the other day. I almost wanted to faint. You're gonna give Austin Reeves $55 million. to be your Kyrie Irving where Luca was, Luca, and get all these wings and what?
Austin
Austin
Reeves, who can't
Reeves?
play against any good teams, no left hand. Just look at how he's built. No muscle to him whatsoever.
Austin Reeves and Luca
Can't defend
Doncic.
worth a lick.
That's the championship. Oh man, you guys, God bless you. The best thing that happened to Lakers is the new ownership, so they'll figure it out. Like you said, they might move off of Luca in a couple years. But DeAndre Ayton, Clint Capella made a lot of money and knew his role. You think you're bigger than you think you're better than what you are, and that's what it comes down to. He's gonna be out. He might even be out the league by year 10. He might be out the league in year 10. That's what his trajectory. And he'll just start a podcast. I could see him do something like that.
I mean, you went from being the next David Robinson at Arizona. Remember how shredded he was and how much of a bully he was? Whoever he listened to lose weight in the NBA messed him up. Period. And again, worst era front offices, period. Some of these kids that come out and get drafted, when it comes to your body, don't listen to these NBA people because they don't know. I mean, we got the best era of sports science and all that, supposedly, and then nobody can stay healthy. You don't practice, you take your light all day, and then expect your body to be ready to go through what you go through on the court.
Makes no sense.
You work out for 30 minutes a day in the summer with nobody in front of you, and then think you're going to be ready to play the season. Whatever. Ayton just no aggressiveness to him. You don't care about the defensive side of the basketball. You screen for the ball, but you don't make yourself available often. When you do get the ball, you don't do anything with it. What's the complaint?
No dog.
You can learn something from Quint. If you were a talented big man, like, first of all, listen, Sean, you know I play 2K. That's everybody. I ain't Clint Capella. No, I'm going to get the ball. You're going to give me the ball on the block. I am 20 and 10 on 70%. You're going to give me the ball. That's cool.
Yeah.
You got to have production to be that type of big man, though. I'm fine with Joel Embiid acting like this. I'm fine with Jokic acting like this. I'm fine with Chloe Ware acting like this. I thought I was going to be fine. I thought Ayton was going to be in that convo.
Yeah, me too.
You aren't. So guess what? No, you got to be what I call a good boy. You got to set screens, play defense, get it off the rebound. Then be happy that you get the ball. That's simple.
If he embraces that role, he'll play in the league for another 5-10 years and probably get another really good deal. But if he doesn't embrace that role, he's going to be out the league.
He doesn't even have to do that. Put the muscle back on and just care about defense. And you can go right back to being what you want to be on offense.
I can't lie. I think Giannis broke his confidence, in that finals. Giannis, yeah. He's never been.
For me, see, that's how you know you're wired different than other people, DeAndre Ayton. Because you would think that's what makes you say, hey, front office, damn whatever y'all was saying. I just got bullied. 3 years ago, I wouldn't have gotten bullied. Y'all made me lose this weight. Yeah, I ain't listening to y'all. I'm putting my muscle back on. And watch what I do to him next year. Yeah. You would think that's where your mind goes there. Yeah.
That boy bullied him. Like, yeah, he'll definitely go down. He's not a bust, but one of those guys when you had a Luka in that draft, even Trey. I'd rather have Trey. Yeah, actually, I don't want either of those guys.
I don't want Luka.
You know what's funny? Who's the best player of that draft? Luka, right?
Yes, so.
And all three of them don't play defense. And wasn't Marvin Bagley the second pick? Oh, damn, that draft. What was in the water that year? Damn.
Bad personalities, man.
Jeez.
Sean, so we mentioned the Bengals in their NFL report card read. Did you get a chance to look at the NFL PJ report card?
I didn't, but I'll pull it up right now while you talk about it.
To me, two teams came to mind outside of Cincy. It's Pittsburgh and the Dolphins. And I like what Raheem Mostert said with the Dolphins. And I saw some former players, chime in on it. You get the great grades every year. They get better grades than any team in the NFL. It's so much love for Mike McDaniel, how soft he is, how he lets you get away with it. And it does not translate to wins. All this buddy stuff, that's why the team is so soft. What have we been saying about the Dolphins? So they're soft. And it comes from the
they got
head
good
coach.
grades. They got really
number one. They're number one.
Yeah, I'm
They
looking at
got
it right
leads
now.
and everything, but head coach, special teams coordinator, and then they got a B+ in treatment of families. They're spoiled in Miami and don't win nothing. You got to kick your guys in the ass. That's why NBA players don't do nothing, because they're spoiled with and haven't earned the being spoiled. And then there's no consequences for not living up to how you're being treated.
What is travel like? How they fly?
Yeah.
Or what they say? Damn, Tampa Bay got an F. So did New England. Wow.
So I look at Miami, and Raheem Mostert said, like, bro, he's a good guy, but you need somebody who's going to tell you what you don't want to hear, so you can get to where you need to be.
Minnesota got some good grades too, by the way.
And that is the Dolphins organization. And then I looked at Pittsburgh. Worst franchise in the NFL.
Damn.
It's time for the Rooney family to be gone.
Yeah.
In your ways, it's not doing anything. And shout out to Chris Broussard with a great comparison the other day. Steelers and the Heat have become the same team. All this culture. And it ain't producing wins.
I respected that. That was a good one.
So that's all I got for you. Finally moved on from Tomlin, but apparently you got more changes you need to make than that. Your field stinks because everybody in the world plays on it. You're treating families bad. The locker room stinks. The training room stinks.
Damn,
Players
I'm looking at the
coaching staff, except for the special teams coordinator. Your travel stinks. They hate your front office. They hate the ownership.
Yeah, that's bad. You know what that Pittsburgh has? Kind of like Miami now. They think they're bigger than what they were. They're like, I like that nostalgia thing that goes on. Like they're stuck in that way. It's like, no, you got to figure out a new way. But shout out to your Ravens. They got an A+ for the owner. I love Bisciotti. Minnesota, the Wolf family got an A+.
And the coordinators that they brought. So Jesse Minter, let's go look at because I saw a Ravens fan point this out. He went through the survey to compare who's coming in to who's leaving out. Harbaugh got a B. Minter got an A+. Sean, can you go look at the Ravens for me? While I scroll through the other teams, because tell me what Martin got, so I can tell you what
Where were you looking at? Because I was just looking on LinkedIn and it shows me the weight room.
No, I sent you the link. Yeah, so just scroll through the teams and you'll see all.
You sent it to me. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right, perfect. Hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second while you do the other teams.
So the Ravens, Markin, B-.
B-, yep. B-.
Doyle got an A-.
Well, what's he really? I don't like the offensive coordinators who don't call plays, but whatever. But that's still good. A-.
Well, Sean, you got to be consistent because you didn't say that with Eric Bieniemy, and we see the Chiefs have not looked the same since he left.
Good point. Great point, actually. I got to be consistent with that.
What did Mike? What did Jack Ford get last year, Sean?
For a grade, let me look. He got a B+.
Anthony Weaver got an A. So everyone you brought in was better than who they replaced.
You upgraded, yeah.
That's great for the Ravens.
Well, this is a good list. Like I never seen this comprehensive.
We should make like this every year.
No, I usually see like the weight room. Like I never seen like the nutrition. I never seen this dietitian. I never seen the ring. Like this is pretty dope. Arizona's 31st, Pittsburgh's 32. Oh man. Wow, I'm surprised. They love him in Cincinnati. Homeboy got an A-.
Oh, Zach Taylor. Yeah, that's nothing. But you do whatever you want to do.
I would say this about Miami though. I can't lie because I'm looking at their list right now, and it's really hard to be unhappy living in South Beach. So I think that has the factor. But let's see how this new head coach, offense coordinator, defense coordinator brings the type of level. But I think that's a good location. Listen, Miami. I know Javon's gonna be like, I don't want to hear that. Miami, take a step back this year. There's a kid in Texas. He'll look really good in Miami.
Oh my lord, bro! Y'all keep talking this Archman and stuff. Just give it a break.
He's gonna look really good in Texas. He'll look good, really good in Miami. Miami needs a quarterback, but damn, the Giants got 25th.
Sean, forget all that. If March Manning stinks it up this year, I got something to say to you every week on this podcast. I'm just letting you know right now.
Why?
I'm just letting you know right now because you keep talking about Archman. He stinks this year. Just be ready to meet. Just be ready to meet me on IMAX.
No. But you better keep that same energy because he was good the second half of the year.
And if he does good, I'm expecting you going to throw it. I hear you.
All right, but he was good the second half. The last 5 games, my boy looked like a first round pick. So no one's gonna tell me any differently. If he was in this draft, he would be the second pick in this draft.
And I wouldn't trust him to do anything in the NFL.
Okay, we'll see. You got a whole more. Yeah. Damn, the Commanders got 3rd rank. I'm looking at this at real time. I'm about to go off and look at this a deep dive when we get off this. But impressive, for the Commanders from where they were at a couple years ago.
You're right.
Ownership got A+. But
never thought I'd see that in my lifetime.
I never thought that. Homeboy he owns the Sixers too. What's his name?
Josh Harris.
Yeah, he's really good. Good service.
They hate him in the building. Hate him.
They do? Really?
Because he bought the Commanders, and they think he's showing them more attention than the Sixers now. I mean, look at the Sixers. What they do at the deadline? Got rid of an all-rookie guard, and then didn't bring in anyone to help them. And they set an NBA record this year of 3 40-point home losses.
Whew, that was a crazy stat you sent. Crazy stat.
Like you ain't got no shame. Like, just one time wasn't enough for you to say, I ain't going out like that ever again. No, you let it happen 2 more times. You know, that tells me you got some suckers in Philly. I
gotta be real. If I'm Nick Nurse, I want out. I haven't had a full deck of cards to play with. I don't want to be there anymore. Every year someone's in and out the lineup. He has no real chance to win. Like, I'm hoping Embiid and Paul George come back healthy, and I still have them making a run. I think the East is that weak they can make a run, but it's not because I'm a diehard Sixers fan or anything like that. It's just like the East
will never make a run. Embiid's never going to be some dude for the playoffs. He does not elevate his level of play. He continues to be the same lazy defender. Does not rebound. His team follows his lead, and they go ahead and lose in the second round. We can just go ahead and stop talking about the Sixers in the playoffs. We can stop.
I can't. At this moment, I can't. The 6th seed in the East. I don't know.
Yeah, come on. You're the 6th seed in the East, and we talking about the playoffs.
Well, one caveat: their record's really good when Joel Embiid plays.
When? If and when are 2 words I need to hear.
I can't defend that.
If my aunt had wood, she'd be my uncle. What we saying?
Yeah, I can't defend it. I'm just saying the record is the record. What do you want me to say? That's the record. But we'll see. Couple season time. Let's say this: the East is wide open. That we could have another Indiana type of run by somebody. That's all I'm saying. Look at my Charlotte Hornets. Not this year, next year, they're taking the step. If not this year, they're gonna be a scary out. But next year, that's a top 4 seed in the East. And we'll talk about that. So,
I would like to see them just upgrade the front court though, because this front court ain't making Bridges and Diabate ain't making it through the playoffs.
No,
you upgrade that front court to go with LaMelo, Miller, and Knipple, you got something.
You know what I would say? I gotta be real, and this is gonna be a big praise for that rookie, Knipple. I think the level of professionalism is kind of what that team need, and he goes by his business.
Who did him? Cal Brenner and McNeely, right? But I say when they drafted them 3 white boys,
I get you credit.
They drafted 3 white boys. They ready to change the culture. Duke, Creighton, and UConn. I told you.
You said that.
Draft, they about to change the culture in Charlotte, and LaMelo gonna have to get with the program, and that's exactly what is happening.
I gotta give him credit.
Crazy when I was back at Temple, and I said the problem with Aaron McKee was he ain't have enough white boys on his team. I'm so dead serious when I say that about a basketball team. You have to have played basketball to know. I love my people that you cannot have 12 black dudes on a basketball team. It ain't going to work. Even Showtime had Kurt Rambis. You got, and they were coached by a whole white coaching staff. You gotta have the white dudes in the basketball operations. You have to. That's where the culture and the discipline comes from. I hate to break it to you. The Hornets proved me right. Thank you, Charlotte.
I gotta give John credit for that because you said it. You were like, they're trying to change the culture. I'm like, what? That coach is different over there. They play hard.
Y'all think I be joking? I'm telling you. Y'all
it's Houston white boys.
Serious, man.
They got a coach over there. Like I agree. If they get upgrade, if they could get another power forward or someone in that front court center, I like what they got going on in Charlotte. Because I love a team that plays defense and young.
Syracuse so bad right now. They got no white boys on the team.
Yeah, you need some white boys.
It's like Jerry McNamara. I remember Buddy Boeheim. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, because you have to have some level of culture, and they go about their business different than we do. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, they're serious. They're all about that. I'm surprised all three of them are not married.
Over teams: Colin Gillespie, Ryan Archidiacono, Dante DiVincenzo.
Their level of seriousness about the game is in preparation about the game is completely. I gotta tip my cap. It makes sense why you said that because the culture is completely different over that. Damn, that was a great call by this dude.
All right, Sean. The Patriots are releasing Stephon Diggs. Sean, that brother likes some shambles. He got released. Might have some jail time coming up. Cardi beat him, left him alone. Did it to yourself?
Yeah, like I thought about that when I saw it last night. I was driving. I'm like, lost his chick, lost the Super Bowl. Don't have a guaranteed contract.
Lost his job, lost his woman.
Lost his job, lost a woman, getting sued, jailed, possible. He's having a tough start to 2026. But I saw online people like bringing back to every veteran receiver, putting him with Josh Allen. If I'm Josh and I'm looking at this, Stephon had a good year last year. I can't lie. Bring him, bring Mike Evans there. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Like, we take it year by year. They probably got one more year. And I do like this about the Patriots, too. Do I think he could replicate that again with Drake May? Because I don't think Drake May is going to replicate what he did this year. So if I'm Diggs, I help the young boy establish the culture. They're going to always love him. The one thing about Boston, you do something well, even once, they're going to love you forever. He did help bring a culture there. You go over to Boston and get a free meal all the time he wants. They're going to love him. So I just think the Patriots made the right move. And I think if I'm him, I want to go back with Josh. But they have to sign another receiver as well.
Yeah. Keep him away from the Ravens. I'll tell you that right now. Because that's that's where veteran receivers really go. Yes, Brian, Michael
and Brad, they die.
Eric Mason, Anquan Bolden. Steve Smith didn't die in Baltimore. Anquan Bolden didn't die in Baltimore. I'm
talking about the Lamar. The Lamar.
Oh, the Lamar era. Oh, yeah. The
Lamar era.
Well, Joe Flacco, my quarterback. So I keep telling y'all.
All right. I get that. I'm saying the Lamar era.
Yeah, you're damn right.
That's what those.
But then again, I don't know if he's gotten. Like Bolden still has some football in him.
Okay.
Steve Smith still has some football in him.
Hopkins is done. Beckham was done. Beckham was done after the Super Bowl. He should have retired then. Who else did they get? I can't remember who else, but yeah, they were done.
Odell was man. But yeah,
Odell was bad. Yeah. So we'll see. But
when he was healthy, he made some plays. And Lamar didn't want to throw to him until the fourth quarter of that Chiefs championship game. Yeah, all right, I ain't going down that rabbit hole again. All right, Sean, we're talking about possibly $30 million a year from Malik Willis. Buying or selling?
Where? Miami?
Anywhere when he's a quarterback, apparently.
Arizona now?
The Jets.
Shout out to that brother. He's going to get paid, and I respect it because how his career started in Tennessee. So I'm not mad at him. Miami, if Miami thinks they're delusional that they can win or they want to build with him, I'm not mad if him going to Miami. But I'm staying away from the Jets, and I might go to Arizona because I do like some of the weapons they have there. But I just think that's a really bad organization. So, but the LaFleur, Matt, what's his brother's name? Mike LaFleur?
Yeah,
Mac
LaFleur, yeah.
LaFleur. Yeah, that connection makes sense. So he's probably getting some inside information. So I could see him going to Miami or going to Arizona. Those probably be the top 2 picks for him.
If you can structure it the way Minnesota did with Sam Darnold and the way Seattle did, where you can get off that money if it doesn't work out, why not? I think it's a high risk, high reward thing.
Yeah, he's gonna get money
because he was a winner at Liberty, right? And what's my thing? You got to show me you're a winner.
Yep,
at the
you always talk
quarterback
about that.
spot. And Sean, I watched him against the Ravens.
He can play.
Green Bay does not have receivers, by the way.
Yep.
And they were banged up that game. And he hung in there until the fourth quarter. Granted, that defense ain't it, but that was against a desperate team. And, and he the thing I liked about him is he had a switch between playing not to lose and playing to win. I think if he can go a full season of having to play to win and get used to that, I think he can turn out to be good for somebody. If Darnold has had a redemption, if Daniel Jones has had some type of redemption, even though he started falling off before his injury, and I hope people don't forget that. I give him a chance. If you're one of these gutter organizations with nowhere else to spend your money in a bad quarterback draft.
But if I'm him, though, I also want
to. I'm going to go somewhere where I got to coordinate. A lot of my success was because of Matt LaFleur. So if I'm him, I probably don't want to go anywhere but Miami and play for Mike LaFleur. I mean, Jeff Hadley. My fault.
Jeff Hadley.
And the guys he's going to bring.
I'd rather go to Arizona then and play with his brother, who's going to know me better than his brother. Like,
yeah, that could work too. I want to say in that system, period.
Yeah, or the only other. And I don't know why I keep sleeping on this team. Maybe the best quarterback job ready for someone to go to besides Minnesota. I think Minnesota's one is Atlanta. I think Atlanta is a quarterback away from being a legitimate contender. So if you can't get Kyler Murray if you're Atlanta, why not him? I don't see why not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be my 3 options. But he's gonna go to one of those 2 teams, Miami or Arizona. It just makes sense. The connections.
All right. Sean, I came to this realization over the weekend, and I wanted to see if you're agreeing with me. I think the Nuggets championship window is closed. And I know Aaron Gordon's not back yet, but my issues go beyond Aaron Gordon.
Okay, so let me start. I was going to start with Aaron Gordon. I got to see when Aaron Gordon's back. Cam Johnson has not. It looked like the Nets won that trade. I got to be honest. Cam has not looked the best this year. So, but if Gordon's back healthy, I like that Tyus Jones pickup as a backup point guard.
Which they've been needing since Monte Morris left. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is Jokic has not looked good. He played good the other night, but he hasn't looked like MVP Jokic, and I don't think that MVP trophy is his anymore. So that's the problem. But if he comes back to the level, I think he's going to be back to that level, and Gordon will be back. In the West, has the Spurs overtaken them? Yes. If I put them in the 7-game series right now, do I think San Antonio beats them? Maybe. San Antonio needs those bruises, those playoff bruises, so they probably lose in the second round to them. But I think San Antonio's a better team than them.
I'll tell you why. Jokic is the reason. He's starting to piss me off. Stop waiting for the double team. Everyone's defending him the same now. Since J.J. Redick started that, put a small guy on him, double team. And then OKC did it last year. And then I just saw OKC do it again. I saw the Warriors do it. Everyone's doing it. I saw the Jazz do it. Stop waiting for the double team. Catch and go. You're killing 6-7 seconds off the shot clock. Y'all aren't getting good shots out of it. You guys aren't making the shots. Catch and go. They'll be right back to that offense humming as soon as he does that. But Denver's not going anywhere as long as Jokic keeps on catching and waiting for the double. Catch and go. If they're hesitating to send it, because they're not sending it on the catch. You only catch, hold, and pass when they're sending the double on the catch. He's catching, hold. Then the double comes and he tries to do something with it. Catch,
so that means
go. Simple and plain.
So that means their window is closed?
Yeah, because you're going to keep losing. You're bailing these teams out. You're taking yourself out of the offense voluntarily. If Jokic ain't in the offense, which Denver's winning?
Oh, no, they're not winning anything. But
so until he changes that, they're not going anywhere. Playoffs come, I'm just sending the double at them and make somebody not named Jamal Murray beat me.
First of all, Gordon's not back in pay. Wait, hold on. Gordon's not back in Payne Watson, who's going to get paid and is having a really good year. Come back, one of the most play. He hasn't been playing either. Let's
won't mean anything if he's still capped. Hold.
I get what you're saying.
Starts with Jokic.
I get it, but Jokic, maybe again, he has not looked the same since he came back. Do I have faith? He is the best player in the game. He will get. He'll. That's my least of my worries. I thought you were gonna say something like they can't defend or something like.
Oh, that's too.
Yeah, but again,
that's the second part of it. So you're doing that, and it's resulting in empty possessions, and then you're going on the other end of the field, the other court, and they're scoring. And the Nuggets suck in clutch time too. They are a bad team in the clutch.
But the Lakers are great. But the Lakers are great in the clutch.
The Lakers they're great in the clutch against losing teams.
Those records are the record, right?
The Hornets and some other bad team. The Hornets and the Bulls have more wins against winning teams than the Lakers do.
I'm not surprised. I just don't know. I thought you were gonna say something. They're still. So you have them in the Houston category.
Watch the next time the Nuggets play a good team.
Well, I'm asking you a question.
Just watch Jokic.
I'm asking you. So you put them in out of the Spurs Thunder category into like the Houston category?
Yes.
Minnesota category?
Until further notice.
Right now, they deserve to be there.
Minnesota will really piss me off. You cook Rudy every time you play him. And you go.
Either Jokic is still hurt because he hasn't looked the same. Let's call a spade a spade. He's either still hurt, he's out of condition, something's going on.
Then sit down.
I think he came back because he wanted to win the MVP. No one can tell me any different. Like, you have a chance to be a 4-time MVP. That's automatically put you in the top 5 centers list of all time. No one can tell me that. They're all students of the game. But he has not looked good. And by the way, that MVP trophy, Cade or Jalen, those are the top 2 candidates. No disrespect to Shea, but no, those are the top 2 candidates. But I'll leave it at that.
All right. No more Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit because Knuckles is in Houston. The Lions got a 26th 4th rounder and a 27th 7th rounder for David Montgomery. I think somebody for CJ Stroud to hand the ball off to, and for Detroit, didn't need to pay for a bruiser back. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is so good. Just get somebody who's serviceable in short yardage situations. You don't have to break the bank for it.
No. Gibbs is your guy. You just need a 1B guy, but you can't break the bank. And you have so many guys you have to pay. I'm not mad about it.
All right. UConn's women undefeated again. Got the natty last year. Is Gino going to have his last stint of dominance before he retires?
Yeah, as long as he's there, you're in the conversation. This year, do we see anybody even? I'm not saying competing because it's one game, but clearly they're the best team, and it's not close to me. Yeah, what would this be, like 13 titles or something crazy? How many titles do you have? I'm gonna have to look that up, but no, that team's the best team.
Yeah, I think Dawn's girls are on hold right now. LSU just ain't it. UCLA, good team. Don't think they're a champion contender. Duke losing to Carolina rubbed me the wrong way. and that slow start they had in the non-conference. I don't think Maryland's up there. Texas, no. I think Kim Caldwell might be putting herself on the hot seat in Tennessee. I don't really see anybody beating UConn this year. I really don't.
No, and he has
South
12
Carolina
net.
has the best chance, but I think UConn probably does go for number 13 under Gino. Yeah.
Yeah, 12, 13. She's tip my cap to them.
Yeah. Now you got anything else before we get out of here?
Real quick, I gotta do my draft board from 5 to 9 because it changes 5 to 10. It changes every day with the NBA draft. And A cuff, man, I don't. That
Him and
boy's
Trevor
special.
Brazil went for 28 apiece. What was that last night? Yeah.
Last night, yeah, against Texas. Like, woo, that boy's special.
This is a great week on the bubble, too. These bubble teams got the wins they needed. VCU against George Mason. Texas A&M against Kentucky. TCU against Texas Tech. Miami did what it needed against SMU. This is a great week on the bubble. This is when you know conference championship.
Next week. Next week, right?
It's
this week, right?
Oh boy. Yeah, because the smaller conferences got theirs going on right now. So you know a good time is coming when you start to see Horizon League semifinals are coming up, and, Summit League and Big Sky, because the other ones are right around the corner, and that's when you see the teams who play hard too, in the Horizon League and Ohio Valley, Missouri Valley. Oh man, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
One last day, AJ DeMonster, or maybe that was a meme that.
They got whooped by Cincinnati. They got.
But I saw a quote. Maybe this is wrong. He said he thinks he might come back to school.
Sean, what did I say? What did I say earlier? I said I wonder who's going to be the first one to tell that lie. Y'all fall for it every year.
Stop it. Just say what it is. Yo, when it's done, because it'll probably be done the first weekend of March Madness. You're going to go top. Yeah, come on, man. I hate stuff like that. It's corny to me. We all know you're going into the league. Come on. Why would you go back to BYU? If he did stay in college, he'll go to Duke and he'll probably get $10 million a year. But why would you do that when you could go start your career? I don't know. And it's smart the NBA doesn't let kids know who the draft order until after they declare. So then that would determine a lot if I would go back to school or not.
Yeah. Man, you got anything else? Yeah, I guess we're at war now, so I don't know. Let me find some ailment to keep me from going over there. I'm see if this back issue I'm having can go ahead and get me out of it.
Or you could. I'll say that off. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to definitely say to not be part of that. I'm out of that age group. I'm 41, so I ain't.
Yeah, you're right. You are. All right. Well, hey, we out of here because Sean got to put me on the game.